that's the only question I had
Okay.
on it.
Are we doing anything with the parsonage right now on hold till spring?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, we got the roof covered, that was the biggest thing. Okay. Are we adding anything new right now?
No, not at the moment, but you
Yeah,
never know before
employee
you end the meeting.
handbook.
Oh yeah, there you go. Employee handbook needs updating, or at least a good review, and most likely a couple of changes.
But yeah, so what I was thinking of doing is do a policies update and then have a spreadsheet tracking each policy
That'd be
so
fine.
that we
Then
can go through that.
We talk
Because
about,
all of those have to be done.
yeah, that would be a good way of doing it. And we can start doing that
Right.
anytime.
It's nothing that we're gonna do overnight.
Put on the agenda and we'll start whittling at it.
Right.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Was it the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2025 budget.
Our budget. So, the first thing that you guys have to discuss for the 2025 budget is consideration for the fire department stipend. There we go. So I made more copies of their requests that they had. This way you guys can make an official recommendation before it goes to the budget committee. I don't know if you want to read it out for me. And so just to recap, I did reach out to NHMA to find out what would happen if the fire department started taking stipends, if it would change their classification at all.
And they said,
And they said they didn't believe so, but wanted us to reach out to the attorney. So then I reached out to our attorney on it, and got clarification from their labor law attorney. And as long as they do it as a per call and not per hour, that's what would make the difference. So, which is what they want to do. They want to do per call, so it will keep them volunteer, and it does not change their classification at all.
so this says they're gonna get a stipend of $20 per call if they're level 1 or higher. If they're not certified, they'll get $15 per call. And if firefighters get certified during the year, the payment will increase to $20 per call. So the reason that we're doing this is try to gain more interest in joining the fire department. Well, I'm willing to try things. Do you think $20 a call is gonna do you think that's gonna do anything? I know that we do that with the ambulance department, and has that helped recruitment at the ambulance department? I mean, I'm certainly appreciative of all the volunteer work that goes on. at the fire
I think there's a
department.
difference between the ambulance and the fire department, only because the ambulance requires a lot more certification to be on the ambulance
Mhm.
versus the fire department. So you're more apt to probably get more volunteers for the fire department,
Okay.
because the amount of hours that they have to do just to get certified is unreal.
You mean
For the ambulance.
Well, actually, to get to be a level 1 firefighter, that's quite a...
It is.
But you don't have to be a level 1
Right,
to be a responder, and they, all hands on deck.
right,
They could use the help.
yeah.
So now we're talking about $15 per call for just some, that might get some people out. I don't know. I'm willing to try to improve the recruitment of both those departments, and if this is what it takes, I'm willing to give it a try. What do you think?
I have to agree with you. I know Canaan went this way years ago, and they've increased their membership by quite a bit. Whether that'll work for Grafton, who knows? But
Yeah.
it seems like the fire department has improve their ability to work together.
I think it's also a way of showing that
We appreciate it.
they're appreciated by the people who are running the town.
And you're the fire department liaison, so you've had positive reports coming back when you came back.
I see a lot of positive things going on at the fire department, and I'd like to see them continue. So I think this would be a morale booster. Just like the forest vehicle they got,
Yeah.
that was such a problem, actually helped boost the morale. This might do a similar thing. It's nice to boost the morale inside the department. We want more people inside, so. So what do we do with this now?
This would go to the budget committee, have to add it to their.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
motion to approve, I guess.
Okay,
Maybe a motion to approve the closed fire department second line
I'll second.
to $6,000.
So the budget goes up a little bit. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay, so, then circling back to the, after contract update, so,
That's the one
you
where,
guys were talking about whether or not to this year incorporate what the remainder into the budget versus into the capital reserve.
yeah,
And we've got to figure out what that remainder is gonna be.
it should go into the budget, I think. It has to go into the budget, because we're gonna have to spend it. And if it goes into a capital reserve, that can go down, and we'd be really stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
You mean if it went as a warrant
The
item?
one with the warrant article, yeah, that's what, I don't know what I said, but
You
that's
said
what I meant.
capital reserve.
Yeah, but I think she.
Well, it would go in capital,
Yes,
but if that failed,
if it went on the warrant, it
Yeah.
got defeated.
Yeah, no matter how it went on the warrant, yeah.
so you know how much we would have to,
So
And then no means no, and
Right, exactly.
currently in the property tax reval capital reserve, we have $49,844.72.
how much to bill them next year?
58 or something.
So we have to add quite a bit.
Make sure you're looking at the new
No,
one,
you only had
because I
that.
had the old contract.
If you
in there
added
because of the
20,000
amendment.
this year,
Yeah,
So the top part portion is the new, and that's where the old starts.
52,920.
so you're only off like 4,000.
okay,
You want to add more than that just to cover any.
right, anything,
Was
any
it
surprises?
50?
2,920.
And no change.
So how much would we need to put in?
$3,076,
Not bad.
but probably don't want to drain the thing all the way down. So would we still put something into the capital reserve?
Yes, you would want.
Okay, so we would still put money in the capital reserve, but we're gonna build this last bit into the budget.
Put 4,000,
Okay.
at 4,000 in the budget, and that's for what we use, 15,000?
I was going to say, yeah,
Is that a motion?
Yeah,
Yes.
motion to add 4,000 to the budget. And then 15 to the capital reserve warrant article.
Second,
Good motion to sign this agreement, execution.
yeah, I'll second that, go ahead and sign.
See it's getting out of it.
Didn't hear the
Oh,
rattle.
we all have to sign.
I was going to ask you how to read it.
Well, that was easy. Alright. So,
Next,
Yeah.
next meeting.
let
Oh,
me
I didn't
see.
know.
Was that the only, Oh, and then also Ed had come in and, reminded me that we needed to put the ambulance warrant article back on the warrant articles, because they didn't have it the past couple of years because they were purchasing the
For
ambulance.
the capital reserve?
Yes, to
So-
put money into the capital reserve.
So it is,
What do they usually do?
to see if the town
20,000.
will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of 20,000 from the ambulance revolving account to be placed in the previously established new ambulance capital reserve fund. This article, if passed, will have no impact on taxation, so it's coming from the
So
revolving.
they're taking from a revolving account, putting it in capital
Yes,
reserve?
right
Yeah.
now, they have like 140 something thousand.
And that's what they did in years past.
Yeah, that's how they've been doing it.
Okay.
So that was added. Other than that, no other changes, and then Ed's got the veterans one.
Okay,
Right, what?
the veterans.
Veterans,
Well,
okay.
that's why,
Okay,
Mr. Hazelton is here.
yeah. Well, what we've been talking about is that we've all done all this good stuff to the common down here. The new trees have been planted. The church is looking more like a real building as we go, you know. But if you look at your feet down there, it's kind of like a wasteland. The grass is dead, the salt from the road is, you know, eaten in there.
And the skunks.
Yeah, and stumps. But yeah, so it's, and you know, we've got a really nice area there. It's the first area that people see when they come into town. And, you know, it's, and we've had actually with the new benches we put out, you know, we've seen people out there picnicking and everything, but, you know, it's not too inducive that people want to be in town. You know, it's like lipstick on a pig, you know? It's, so, you know, we'd really like to see it, you know, the grounds and everything, you know, back in shape the way that, you know, I've seen it in the past. And it's, you know, it's not an easy thing to do, but a lot of dead grass in there, and I mean, Ed's mowed it, but, you know, we can only mow it if there's grass there, and a lot of it's gone, you know, from different activities going on it, and, you know, I know it's not, well, it should be considered the center of town as far as I'm concerned. It always has been, and, you know, like I said, it's something that, you know, it kind of says for the town, you know, and I'm not saying everything has to be pretty and everything, but, you know, things should look a little bit lived in, you know, and so.
Do you have the capital reserve?
Yep, for the veterans.
For the veterans. Maybe we have that on the warrant article again this year, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's just be an increase in that. Oh, I made copies for you guys. Here, keep coming up there. I'm holding it all to myself. There you go. All right, so
Veterans Park.
It's 3,567.
Go up another 5 in there.
We are asking for. Uh, 2,500.
So if we add another 2,500, that'd be $6,000.
Right, but first, I think before you go too far, let's ask Walt what their plans are in the future for anything else.
Well, right now, the new monument we put in is gonna be good for, hopefully, for a while after
Long
I'm
time.
not involved with it. But, you know, it's, we haven't even started on the back side of it yet. And I don't know, I haven't sat down and figured the ones, there might be another, roughly maybe 5 or 6 we might be putting on it. There's a lot that have never been put on the monument, and we've been digging through a lot of the archives on a lot of people what should have been earned. And, I mean, he made big strides with it. There are a lot of the newer veterans from town there that, actually, guys that went to school with my sons, and that are on it. But, you know, there's still a lot of, it's gonna be a never-ending thing. I don't hate to say that, but it's gonna be there. But, and, you know, we've set this stone in a position where we could add over the years, you know, another 2 probably to make it look concentric, is that the right word? Make it look, you know, like it belongs there without overdoing it. You know, it's kind of a, you know, and some people say, well, no one ever notices it. Well, you wouldn't believe the number of people that we've had comment on it that just were driving by and, you know, stopped in and said, oh my God, you know, so this person is on the monument. We didn't realize that. Well, you know, it's a great little area, and like with these new trees they put in there, it's, you know, get them in a full bloom, and it's going to be a pleasant place for people to come, and it's be a little more welcoming to people coming through town. I know this is cosmetic mainly, but you know, there's a lot of other things probably more important, but you know, having people appreciate the town and what we do here is worth something, so.
And I think, when they approached me was that they were looking at, it would cost $5,000 to resurface the whole area, get it all tore up and reseeded, and I'm like,
Yeah, I figured, that's a
On
big,
the top center,
yeah,
he could do it. See if he can give us an estimate.
yeah.
if he'll be in business, he's kind of on his, he's trying to get out.
Yeah, he's, like, next summer, or next fall,
That's what he said last year.
could probably already do his notice,
Right.
but he's done when Brian is done.
No, he's going to continue.
Is he? Are you sure?
I just was with them the other day.
What a sucker for punishment.
Exactly.
Don't forget the.
He's going back to being the driver and then labor.
Warrant articles have a sensitive timeline too.
Yeah.
so
Right,
you're gonna
exactly,
put it on the
yeah.
warrant, you have to-
Well, if we added to
Well-
the capital reserve,
This-
Yeah, but you still have to know what the number is now, or.
Yeah, this is our last meeting before the public budget hearing,
Right.
so we need to decide on all the dollar figures tonight.
Yeah.
That's why I asked Walt to come tonight, because
Well, I was talking to Brewster,
but
who was, been taking care of it for a
Prior,
long
yeah.
time, and, you know, I just wanted to know, what you can give me, you know, you figure it might cost to, you know, to get this into the shape, you know, it should be in. And he said, well, he said 5,000. You know, that's redoing the top soil, reseeding it, you know, it's, and, you know, it's, and keeping it fertilized too, because, well, you got the new trees there, and, you know, once you put grass down, you're gonna have to keep it, you know, keep it in shape, so. I mean, Ed's been mowing it, but, you know, he's only got so much time in his day to get there, and you really, it's gonna take someone with time and, you know, energy to, you know, just take care of it. And it's kind of like having a lawn at your house, which I don't have because I don't like doing it. But, you know, and just letting it go, because, you know, it's kind of the first thing people see when they come into town and the last thing they see when they leave. So,
I don't know if you want to make it 6,000, so you still add to the capital reserve, plus giving them the 5,000 for.
So how much are you saying for the warrant article?
6,000, instead of
Instead of the 2,500 we were just talking about, 6,000?
that's still put 1,000 into the capital reserve, other than that for the grass.
Yeah, so basically, as you talked about putting $6,000 into the capital reserve for the Veterans Park,
yeah.
and that's gonna be administered by the Legion when they put it in, or
Yeah.
who's gonna manage manage that.
be up to the Legion, or they can bring it in front of the board.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, it's like this showcase of the town, you know, and the old church is looking better by the day, and that second stone looks great. And I've noticed for a long time that the lawn looks pretty shabby there.
Yeah, well, the skunks got in there these last 2 years, eat up that lawn,
I mean,
unreal.
do they eat it from the top? I mean, they,
Yeah, it's just,
where this, I've never seen a skunk.
oh, man.
That's Brewster.
Yeah.
Brewster's got them, yeah.
Where do you think they're coming from?
Jim Griffiths had problems with them over in his yard these last 2 years. And I just had to take one away for Bruce on Sunday.
You smell good today, too.
But,
Oh,
but did you have a hard trap?
yes,
You go in.
yes.
Well, Skunk didn't care for that.
No, he didn't. Not at all.
There's nothing so small that gets much more respect, I tell you.
But I still like to talk to Bobby Center to see.
Oh,
if he gives a quote at least.
Right.
So he can do it for-
I don't have a problem with
We
that.
could, but we-
It's just that we got to
Yeah,
have that
We need to do the number tonight,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you're saying 6,000?
6,000.
I would say, I'm okay with that.
I'll third it.
So, Ed motion,
Yeah.
Steve seconded.
Right.
Nothing against Brewster, but I think Bobby has a little more expertise in the
Yeah, Bob will give us a better estimate than Brewster,
No.
I agree.
possession of the equipment to do it. I don't think Brewster or Wilbur is trying to dump over.
No, he'll go down to the highway department, try to borrow theirs, that's what he operates.
But anyways, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah,
Just to
okay.
Make sure that gets a little attention.
And it did, thank you
It
for
did.
coming, that's appreciated.
Anything for the veterans.
Appreciate it.
Let's see, was there anything else that we needed for? I think that was it for budget stuff.
No,
What else?
you got the warrant articles. We have not gone through them.
Oh, you wanna go through them again? You guys went through them last time and then.
But,
We have to approve them, don't we?
Yes, if we don't approve them tonight, then
Oh,
we
yeah.
may have to meet. Next
Hold on.
We don't want to do that.
We got another one. Where'd we do that?
There's actually two to that.
Right here. Oh, I forgot.
Okay.
So you just gotta make those couple of changes.
And then we have to go through it if the select board approves it, each one, or just approves.
Let's go through them all, and then we'll approve it, and we can make adjustments as we go, and then
Exactly.
we'll approve the whole thing at one time.
First one, see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $18,000 to be placed in the previously established new police cruiser capital reserve fund. Second, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $5,000 to be placed in the previously established historical records historical capital reserve fund. 3, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $40,000 to be placed in the previously established fire department apparatus capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $20,000 to the ambulance revolving, from the ambulance revolving account to be placed in the previously established new ambulance capital reserve fund. This article, if passed, will have no impact on taxation. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $100,000 to be placed in the previously established highway department capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $50,000 to be placed in the previously established bridge capital reserve fund. This sum to come from the unreserved fund balance, no amount to be raised from additional taxation.
Okay, time out on that one. How do we know, I don't remember the discussion of it coming from the unreserved fund balance? Did we do that on last year's?
No, I don't think it did.
Wait, let me see. Which one are we looking at again?
Bridge.
The 50 grand for the bridge, and it says it's gonna come from the unreserved fund balance.
Yeah, I think that's how it's always been worded, and I think we questioned that last year too. Hold on.
Yeah, you might wanna take that out. I don't know if we have that in
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's what we did.
yeah,
So
we did it last
take
year.
that wording out.
Yeah, it's gotta be,
Okay.
come from
Can you edit
taxation.
this one for me
Yep.
and then give it to me again?
see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $100,000 for the purpose of paving town roads.
Do we want to keep it like that, or do we want to word it so it's paving, it used to say for the purpose of repaving existing paved roads
For
or
the purpose of
something.
paving, repaving town roads,
Yeah,
or pre-existing town roads.
yeah, so that we can't go and pick a dirt road we want to
Right,
pave all of a sudden.
exactly.
Yeah,
So you want to change it to for the purpose of paving pre-existing paved roads?
yes.
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $10,000 to be placed in a previously established recycling capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $10,000 to be placed in a previously established town hall repairs capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of, what were we doing for the money on that one?
So,
No, we were just doing 15,000.
are we Avatar contract?
Yeah.
We're gonna do 15,000 in there. We're gonna add 4,000 to the budget.
To be placed in a previously established property tax reevaluation capital reserve fund. Take out the 14, so what? Funds determined. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $2,500 to be placed in a previously established Veterans Park capital reserve fund.
So that's going to change
We'll
to
do it to
6.
6,000.
To see if the town will vote to change the police chief's position to be appointed position effective March 10th, 2026. To see if the town will vote to establish a cemetery maintenance expendable trust fund under the previous provisions of RSA 3119A to be funded by the sale of cemetery lots pursuant to RSA 289-2A, allowing any interest gained thereon for the maintenance of cemeteries and further to name the cemetery trustees as they use to expend. Okay.
So that sounds like all the articles we have, just not just the money articles, is there?
No,
Yeah,
because, you got the, ambulance one,
That's on there.
is it?
Yeah. He read it. Towards the,
All right,
towards the
yes.
beginning, underneath
Okay.
the, fire apparatus.
Number
Yeah.
4.
I tried grouping them.
Yeah, tonight is the end of the line for money articles, but our next meeting, we could still add articles.
Right,
If
but
we
the thing
decide.
being is that week from tonight is a deadline for all warrant articles by the public.
A week from tonight?
Petition.
Yes,
The petitions are due, yeah.
yes, all petition warrant
Yeah.
articles.
But we have another week.
After.
Right.
After that,
Yeah, we have to, we have it until before we hang the warrant. We have it right up until before we hang the warrant.
yes, but, up to the 14th, which is a week from tonight,
Yeah,
all, money warrant articles have to be, presented
okay,
to the supervisor of the checklist.
okay. So we're all set then.
Well, no, we don't know, because if somebody petitions a money warrant articles, we have to meet on Wednesday sometime to,
Oh, it means to see if we're going to recommend or not recommend?
right,
Okay. Well, and they're due Friday, aren't they?
they do Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think they're usually due on Fridays.
No,
On
it's
Friday.
always
They are.
Tuesday.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the
they're due,
14th.
they're due on Tuesday, and the public budget hearing's on Thursday,
Yes,
and so that leaves us Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
If we have a money article, we have,
That we have to-
if there's not a money article, we don't need to do anything.
No, right, and that's why I'm saying, let's get this done
Yeah,
tonight.
well, and this is, as far as I'm concerned, we've done it.
We gotta
Yes,
go through, we gotta approve it.
But,
Basically,
we
you just have to
gotta-
say if you approve them all.
and then we have to approve them, and then we'll have to order them. We have to decide what order they're gonna go
We
in.
gotta go through. see if
Yeah, so
we
we'll
have
do
any
that
issues
at our
with it.
next meeting probably.
no, well, see, we have to know for the budget hearing,
Yeah,
what is approved by the select board and what's not.
right, so we'll do all that before the meeting. I'm just saying we could order them, how they're gonna be on the ballot. We don't need to do that before the public.
No, but
They
you
should
should,
be out, they're in order on the ballot right here.
it could be.
Yeah, they could be, yeah.
But,
You just have to approve the money.
approve them tonight.
Yeah.
Right, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to
But,
approve.
We gotta go through each one.
You just did,
We-
you just went through them.
Well, usually we go through them and go, do you approve? And we go, yes, yes, or nay, 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 yes.
Yeah, but you can say, do you approve them all?
At the
If you
last
approve them all,
selectmen's
it's a
meeting,
blanket.
you have a problem with the highway capital reserve.
Being 100,000,
Yeah,
there's a lot of money.
exactly, yeah.
Maybe you having reservations about that?
Yes,
I have a problem with that one, I have a problem with paving the roads $100,000.
yeah, either one. The thing being is,
Do you think we had to cut, I mean, right now, what are we up to dollar-wise on all these articles? We're up to a lot.
yeah,
I mean, just like going shopping.
Can I
We
say
need
something?
this, we need that, and then you get to the cash